It's a history remix at 6 the Musical, happening now at Paramount Theater in Seattle.
Yeah, so we learn a lot and we party a lot in this musical. But you know what, to be honest, it feels a lot more like a very cool concert moment. And I had the pleasure of going behind the scenes to get a close-up look at those cool costumes that the queens used for the show.
Listen up, let me tell you a story. Welcome to the show, to the history.
6 is an unmissable performance that happens to be right here in Seattle. And today, we get to do something extraordinarily special. We're actually behind the scenes, backstage at the Paramount Theater, something that hasn't been done in years. Hello.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kelsey Kimmel. I'm one of the actors in this touring company of 6, and I'm an alternate, which means that I play 3 different queens, depending on the needs of any given day. So we're here in my dressing room, and I believe we're going to be taking a look at the fabulous costumes of the show.
We are. And I have to say that it requires so much talent, truly, to be able to perform all these different needs, because if you have had the privilege of watching this show, each character is very different, okay?
Very different. That's true.
Yeah, all right. So let's take a look at these beautiful costumes. Walk me through who each person is here and their vibe.
Of course, my pleasure. So these are the 3 characters that I play in 6. This is Catherine of Aragon, the first wife. This is Jane Seymour, the 3rd wife. And this is Catherine Parr, the 6th and final wife. Each queen in our show is given a different color. So as you can see, everything is color-coded, which is pretty cool. Catherine of Aragon is sort of based on a Beyonce, J-Lo, Shakira kind of vibe. So the idea of the show, I should say, is that each queen is based off of a different pop icon in modern-day pop culture. So Catherine of Aragon is our Beyonce, J-Lo, Shakira kind of up-tempo, exciting vibe. Jane Seymour kind of takes mold after an Adele or a Sia.
Oh, yes.
Very emotional, very you know, vocal forward. And then Catherine Parr is based on Alicia Keys. So different vocal stylings, if you can sort of imagine all of those queens coming to life in our show.
And you really knock it out of the park with each one, which is so impressive. So talk to me about the mental space that you have to get in depending on which queen you're playing.
That's a huge part of what we do as alternates, as any queen, but as alternates especially. Getting into the mental space of it is a huge part of what we do before the show. Getting into makeup is really exciting and helps me, you know, kind of attach to the vibe of what I'm going to be doing for the next couple hours. I make Spotify playlists for each of my queens. We call them Queenspirations. So I have different playlists with different music on each of my queens, depending on who I'm playing, so I can sort of get into the musical mindset as well.
Beautiful. And actually, the vocal tones, they're very different depending on the queen. Do you warm up in different ways? Oh,
yeah, absolutely. And especially given the range that's needed for certain queens, you know, they all require different things of the vocalist, so different warm-ups are required for sure. Different parts of my range. Do I need more head voice here? Do I need more low range here? Everything gets catered to very, very differently, which is really exciting. It's never quite the same.
Very cool. So these things, they look heavy, first of all. Are they heavy?
They are.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you travel with them in a special way?
Well, we have a wonderful wardrobe team who tours with us, and it is their job to pack everything up, keep everything looking amazing. These are made of hard vinyl, and these are metal studs on here. The Aragon costume weighs about 15 pounds.
Oh, okay.
And the Aragon track is a very, very athletic, very physical, cardiovascular heavy track. So this thing right here is the hardest thing I've ever done on stage, but it's so exciting. Oh yeah, we call it like a leg day. But yeah, there's chains on the skirt here, so that all goes on. Those are very, very heavy.
A real baddie look, I think.
Absolutely, very Beyonce, very Queen Bee. This one is probably the most comfortable, but it is a hard vinyl corset. So if that puts it into any perspective about that being the most comfortable one that I wear.
And you hit some pretty stellar notes with this particular costume, so it must be hard to breathe.
Yeah, you kind of have to, you get into it and they lock you in, and then you kind of like get used to the way your lungs feel.
Beautiful. Okay, so really quickly, I just kind of want to talk a little bit about some of these accessories here.
Yeah.
It must be so tough to dance in the heels.
You know what? They make our shoes really, really wonderfully.
Oh,
These are LaDuca boots, and LaDuca is one of the leading manufacturers for dance shoes in the Broadway world. So they take good care of our feet, but yes, it is tough. I love them though. They're so cool. And as an alternate, I have straps that come off and get replaced depending on which queen I'm playing.
Very nice.
So
Very
again,
nice.
Because everything is color coded, the last time I was on stage as Catherine Parr, the blue one. But if I were to go on tonight as Jane Seymour, they would just switch the straps out.
Clever.
And yeah, all of these, all together, the costumes, the accessories, the shoes, these costumes did win the Tony Award for Best Costume Design.
Well deserved.
Well deserved, and it is an honor to wear them. This also goes with the Aragon costume, this very, very heavy gold chain that just kind of sits right on your chest.
Because it really allows us to see all the hard work that you guys are putting in here and really puts all your talent on display. I want to thank you so much for allowing us to come back here and giving us this tour today.
Of course, our pleasure. Thank you so much.
So fun. Definitely cannot miss this. We have more information on 6 at the Paramount Theater on our website. See ya. Okay, so that was a blast. I really loved it that I got to do that. And 6 the Musical will be at the Paramount through July 23rd. And then they're going to head to Portland. So be sure to catch that. More info on getting those tickets on our website, fox13seattle.com/Studio13Live.
That was so cool. And I hear this is actually the first time in years that we've actually gotten a chance to go behind the curtain like that. What was that like?
Oh my gosh, yes, that made it extra special, okay? It was a real treat because there was, of course, those increased safety measures during the pandemic, taking care of people's health, which is very important. But this year, we did have the opportunity, and we wanted to take everyone along for the fun. And, some of the costumes, Carly, is so wild. They are so heavy. It's like singing and dancing while you're carrying like a 15-pound weight the whole time. And it just really goes to show how talented they are.
Can you imagine training for that?
No.
You'd be like, oh, this is not what I'm used to.
No, absolutely not. So crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, hey, coming up, Taylor Swift Week.